Good afternoon. This is Matt Westerhold with StayTunedSandusky.com. With this update from the courthouse, a jury returned to the courtroom to tell the judge and prosecutors and defense counsel that they were a hung jury, that they could not agree on the guilt or innocence on any of the 12 charges. Judge Beverly McGookie noted that the jury has deliberated just about 2 hours this morning, and she mentioned the Howard charge. That's the big one. She mentioned that charge over the objections of attorney Peter Patakis, who complained that it would prejudice the jury. He also complained that Ashley Ford's 13th Amendment rights were being violated if she instructed the jury that it should deliberate longer. The dialogue between the judge and Peter Patakis went something like this. I think the 13th Amendment, these notes are not easy to read. Once a jury comes back deadlock, it's very prejudicial. The judge pointed out that it is the Howard ruling approved by the Howard charge approved by the Ohio Supreme Court in Ohio to be used in Ohio when juries come back with premature deadlocks, is how it was termed. I'm going to say there are 13th Amendment considerations because they haven't, the judge said they haven't deliberated that long. This is very prejudicial, Peter said. Then it shouldn't be allowed by the court. The judge admonished him. And while she was reading the charge, Peter Patakis interrupted the judge, seemingly in an effort to influence the jury improperly. That's my point. When they were returning to the courtroom, Peter Patakis actually blocked my camera with his hand and moved his hand with the camera so that I couldn't get a picture of his client. He also interviewed with Stay Tuned Sandusky earlier today, during which he explained how the First Amendment works and contends that Ashley Ford is protected by the First Amendment in what she does. The First Amendment has little to do with this case. This case is about forgery and alleged mortgage fraud and identity theft. Ashley Ford claimed she had a right to continue calling herself by her previous last name and continue using the mortgage account that she wasn't paying. She obtained a federal grant at $30,000 using her ex-husband's identity while all he wanted to do was get off the mortgage. We don't know where the jury's at. The only thing we know is the jury's been sent back for more deliberations, although they are going to be having lunch first. The deliberations would begin again at 1 o'clock this afternoon, which gives me time to go get a gyro, I believe is all I have time for. Real quick, is there anybody who has any questions that I might be able to answer? I appreciate you all being here. Sylvia Colon is here. I appreciate her being here. She was involved in the Amanda Dean case, and it was very key in getting that case, bringing Fred Rear to justice. Not Ashley Ford, but Cleveland Missing was very key in getting that done. So thank you, Sylvia, for being here. Elizabeth K. joined. Nicholas Smith is here. Sherry Tallman, I've talked to Sherry Tallman about recently. Nathan Light is here. I really appreciate you all being here. I'm sorry if mentioning your name is problematic. I know there's been a lot of doxing and a lot of undue pressure on some of you. I know there are a lot of people who claim to be victimized by Ashley Ford. Is 2020 in the house? And that's Michael Fitzpatrick. Is that the Michael Fitzpatrick I know? The great Michael Fitzpatrick? Is 2020 in the house? No, I don't believe that 2020 is here. They don't actually verify things. Hi, Mike. It's good to hear from you. I'm glad you're in the Substack. Appreciate you being here. We've got 30 people listening, And, I want to answer some questions, anything you might have. It's been an eventful morning. The jury got this case on Friday, but they did have little time to deliberate anything on Friday. They were only there 45 minutes, maybe an hour, on Friday. They returned this morning at 9 a.m., maybe 8:45. I didn't get here till 9, and they were already gone in the deliberation room. See, Craig is here. Appreciate you being here, Craig.
See, we actually have she thought I thought we did have a jury trial and final pre-trial on her.
It's been a busy courthouse this morning.
I guess so.
Wow, that's amazing.
And they're hopping.
They are hopping, sir.
Full of intrigue.
Yes, indeed. It has been a morning of intrigue here at the Erie County Courthouse. A jury of 7 women and 5 men came back after about 2 hours of deliberations this morning and told the judge they were hopelessly deadlocked and could not reach an agreement of Ashley Ford's guilt or innocence on any of the charges that she has filed that are filed against her. The judge, over the objections of attorney Peter Patakis, uh, provided the jury with what is known as the Howard charge, which is approved by the Ohio Supreme Court and accepted in Ohio. It's a charge to the jury explaining their obligations to review each individual charge on its own merits, review their own decisions, whether they're for or against acquittal, whether they're for or against guilt, and reconsider. The Howard charge also informs the jury that nobody else can, they should not assume that a better jury could be called to make this decision. And the judge in the charge, the judge asked that the jury reconsider and look at every charge again. This is Stay Tuned Kentucky.com. I'm Matt Westerhold. I'm in the hallway of the courthouse at Erie County Common Pleas Court at the trial of Ashley Ford. Everybody is gone now getting lunch, and I'm going to try and go get a quick lunch myself. I really appreciate you all being here. Please consider subscribing, commenting, sharing, liking. Do whatever you can to support local journalism, to support independent journalism. Find the news that works for you, people who actually take the time to do what I do at stayheresandusky.com, and support local journalism. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, all that stuff. I'm going to come back in a bit. I'm going to try and go get some quick lunch. Thank you for being here.